And welcome back to my attempts to to do the 0 to 5 BC challenge. We are doing that today. New save file. We want to beat 4 hours and 5 minutes while working on our comedy stylings and tips. Made a illustration to show that during the 0, 1, 2, and 3 BC times, we are going to primarily go tactics or brutality based on what we get. Hopefully tactics, that's why it's out in front. Then on 5 BC, we are definitely going to be doing a strategy called unlocking powerful items like the boomerang and so forth on a survival run so that you get a colorless version that you can use for 5 BC. So 4 BC could go either way. That's why it's on the chopping block. At any rate, as you can see by my incorrectly loaded game, we are definitely not going to forget. There we go. We're not going to forget the teleportation rune on 1 BC. Oh, and I got a timer. 3, 2, 1, go, go. Wonderful. We're not going to forget the teleportation rune, nor the ram rune, nor the cavern key on 4 BC. That is a run killer that hurts very badly. Oh, geez. Okay. I messed up. I'm not going to get the 30 kills now, so I'm just going to go for the time door. All right, now we are doing a specialized run where we do not use shields. This is a shieldless challenge. So it's really up to us to use our movement speed and try to get the best run we can get for our personal happiness. What is happening with that thing? Okay, we got the 2 minutes. I'm trying to get rid of that graphic. We don't have enough to get recycle, so we're not going to do that. Okay, we're doing this, and we're getting rid of the graphic somehow. There we go. Hey, what happened to the timer? I stopped the timer. That's what I did when I was trying to get rid of the pause screen. All right, well, that wasn't the greatest start anyway, so we are once again not doing that. We're going to quit out. We're going to go to erase our save file. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, starting the timer again. Sorry about that, but it's always helpful to practice doing prisoner's quarters where if you can get the 30 and the 2 minutes, that's a great start to this challenge. If you play it my way, which is not guaranteed to be the best way. I think that's like a 75 cell unlock, that outfit. So that's not so great. We want low level items so that we can get the acrobatic pack sooner rather than later. Okay, we're doing good. No one can stop us now. Hopefully there's 4 more left in here. 3. Alright, we're gonna have to go fast. Please be a throwing knife or a firebrands. That's fine. Okay, we got the 30. Oh no! Come on, let's go. I think this should be it. Okay, guys. That is the way you start it off. AMDAP. As many doors as possible. I'm going to take the whip, which is a great replacement for the knife or the firebrands. All right, we are looking good, people. A great start. We're going to take recycling and the first flask. All right, watch this. This is very good, dude. Very good start. Hopefully this is our main. We won't have to. This will be the challenge that we do it, and we can get the run submitted. And we won't have to do it again in August because we're about to go to the beach. So if I don't get it today, I'm going to have to wait a week to try again. Whatever. Decisiveness. That's what you need. No. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. That was so painful, man. I could not hit the thing. Okay. Oh. Also painful. Lost a second. Just waiting to pick up the rune vine like it was going to pick itself up. That's not what rune vines do. They do not pick themselves up. Okay. I'm going to forget about this happening. Going to proceed and try to beat 5 BC before dinner time so I don't have to stop. That would add 45 minutes to my time easy. Okay, this is looking good. Never mind all this. Do we have to go to the depths? This is going to be the end, right? So I need to go down. I want my 60. Okay, that's great. 60, please. Okay, here we go. We got it. What? Okay, we're leaving. I thought I heard my mom calling my name. If that happens, I'm just going to ignore it. She doesn't understand that while that clock is running, I have a job to do. I think I'm going to just upgrade to that. AMDAP. This is very good, man. All right, I'm not going to mess with that right now. Just go down to support. Okay. I'm like finally back in my mom's basement where I did this challenge back in January of last year when I started out on my streaming journey. I got the full setup going, man. How far have I come in a year or two? More like, how far have I come in 15 months? Okay. Booyah! Hello. Oh, you didn't expect to see me there, did you? Oh, there's the blood sword. That's right. I'm not going back for it because I already missed it. Not that big a deal. Oops. Oh, he lived. Alright, we want to get the 60 for sure. And you don't want to be getting to 59 and then realize that the one guy that you let go makes the difference. That's actually way better than the ice grenade. Okay. Looking good. Got our speed going. I think if I just move the official speed off of, excuse me, the actual speed, then you can just see what the time is. Okay, got that purple. Okay. That is a no-go. This is a no-go. We need a little bit. There we go. This is the promised land. Whoa. I don't like the sound of that. Okay. Come on. I'll have to find those three elsewhere rather. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna go back up. 10 minutes off the clock already. I'm not gonna go down there. Okay, we're gonna hope that the concierge is at the end of the level like he normally is. He could be down there. I'm not gonna take that chance. I'm gonna go to the end. It's so common for him to be at the end. Okay, he's not here. That was a terrible mistake. Is he over here? No. Shoot. The clock is ticking, baby. Let's check down here. Okay, this is looking good. Good. Okay, we're good. Whew. We are 11 minutes and 7 seconds into the gameplay where I will move the clock. That way we can see the real time too. The game time versus my time. We will upgrade that. Hopefully it's an upgrade. You don't really know. Okay. Oh yeah, we have to get one. Shoot. What a waste of time. Okay. Boom. We are going in, baby. Concierge time. So far, we've got every possible door that we could get. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Fantastic door. Whoa. Dude, that lightning. That lightning whip was just shredding him. Okay. Just gonna go. No need to stay behind. Okay, this is looking really good. I'm gonna go with this for now. The double-double. Okay, that's enough for now. I do want to just get... I do want to get... What's it called? Random melee bow. Random starter bow. Okay. Oh, shit. I don't think you can go up there yet this early. What's going on here? Movement troubles. That scared me at the end there. Alright, we got all our keys. Keys nuts. Let's go. Okay. We are out of here with the continued perfect score on the how many doors we can get. We've had every time door, every kill door. Legendary concierge even. This is the ideal start to what could only be described as a completely insane run. Okay, let's keep... I don't know if that was a mistake or good, but in all likelihood, it's negligible. Alright, random starter bow. And we're going to pray that it's actually good. Okay. And we are going to the clock tower. Looking at 16 minutes on the clock. Speaking of clocks. Apparently if you mash the button right there, you can skip that frame or two where you start off the level. On this level, we're going to be very mindful of swinging steel balls. I was going to say that even before that one appeared. That will end a kill streak very quickly. Unfortunately, we do not have the Acrobatic Pack yet, and Acrobatic Pack is the perfect place for Frost Blast, in our opinion. That's where I like to put it. So if I don't have Acrobatic Pack, I will hardly ever take Frost Blast. Hell yeah. I missed the recycle on that, but I'm not going back for it. Okay, here's our exit. Once we get that key, we are out of here. Where is the key? Predator. Alien versus Predator. Oh, Jude. Okay, there goes my perfect game. One little swinging spike ball. That's okay. The perfect game was bound to end anyway. Now I can just go quickly. Oh, shit. Where is that key, dude? It's taking forever and a day. Seriously. This is taking so long. There we go. Oh my god. Okay, let's get out of here. Good enough. Boop. Okay, we are looking at 19 minutes, basically 20 minutes at our first timekeeper. That is pretty bad, I think. I don't know. We're basically setting the trend for what's good and bad right now. Because this kind of run isn't really... If you're not going to use a Soul Shield, then who knows what the baseline on a good time is. We're just trying to beat 4 hours, so at this rate, it looks like we would beat 4 hours if they were all roughly... If every run was roughly the same speed, then times 6. If they were 25 minutes each times 6. Plus, like, say 20 minutes for the last one to be extra. What's 25 times 6?
We're standing at the highest moment. The perennium.
The perennium.
Once in a lifetime.
Epic. Excitement and adventure.
For $2 a month.
Okay, guys, we picked up a legendary kunai. So this is looking... What the... This is looking real nice right now. 6 times 25 would be 150. So 150 minutes plus 20 minutes is 170 minutes. So theoretically, this could take under 3 hours. Dude. No. Wow. What the heck? All right, shake that off. Let's shake that off. I'm not going to go that way. It looks stupid. What's happening with my jump button? Okay. I'm losing my edge here. Do I want the 60? I do. I do. That's what I'm trying to get. There's no one up there. Stupid mistakes. All right, just go in here. Shoot. I guess we're gonna... Okay, where are we? I don't know where the exit is. This is becoming a problem. This is the way I said looks stupid. Is it? Yes, it is. Oh, I knew it was stupid. Time is ticking, man. All right, it's not going to be over there. It's more likely going to be this way. But I'm doing good. I might get the 60. If I just play my cards right. Oh, you're killing me, man. All right. There's no point in doing this. Here? If I get, like... If I get the 60, it'll be worth getting sidetracked so hard. Alright. Whatever. It's not this way. Might be down. It's not down there. Oh my gosh. Oof. Okay, let's use our head here. It's going to be up. It's up. Good. Looks like that one got me before. There's not going to be another one. You kidding me? Okay, 57 enemies, and I'm in. That is frustrating, and we have a long, long time here. 26 minutes. But actually, I think my in-game time is looking pretty good. I'm gonna just switch out here to Vengeance. Okay, fill her up. We are looking at the end of 0 BC in a mere few seconds. 22:22 according to the game clock, which I think is how I used to measure it. So I'm actually looking at more of a challenge today than I expected. Okay, 27 minutes, probably like 23 on the game clock. All right, we learned the hard way the other day that you have to actually do the cutscene. Okay, 28 minutes. So if you did that, 6 times, that would be, if it was a half hour and you did it 6 times, then it would be 3 hours plus extra for the spoiler biome and final boss. So like 3 hours and 30 minutes, I think it's doable. Shieldless. Especially if maybe take advantage of the light speed and I don't know. Light speed and okay, 23:15. I'm pretty sure I used to consider that really good when I was just going by the game clock. So we're going to say that we did good. All right, loading up boss cell number 1. Boss cell number 1 now loading. And we are good to go. Oh, we got some cutscene action happening here. Perfect. See, that's great. Oh, and a tactics necklace. See, that's exactly what you want. It's going to speed up our start so much. Okay, 1BC, more of the same. It's way easier to get the 30 kills because of the increased enemy presence in this area. We will be going there. I probably should have just gone. That's alright, we'll get the 30. Please let there be more guys over here. Ah, painful. Should have just ran. Oh well. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't see anyone. This is painful. Considering how fast I would have been out of here if I had left when I first got to the sewers. This is just like insult to injury. Okay, we're going to the sewers. Ouch. So whatever time I get today, I could take like 25 seconds off just considering that mistake alone. Look, there's plenty of... Alright, and then at the end of all that, we don't even get the 30 kills. And we do get the 2 minutes, so that's okay. And we are doing pretty good on cells. Frenzy, I think that costs 50 to fill up. Oops. Probably should have just taken combo, but it's over now. Can't go back. Now, last time I streamed, I said it was a guaranteed win. And that I would do something unusual if I lost. So eventually, this week, I'm gonna do like a webcam and see if, you know, actually putting this mug on camera makes a difference in the programming. Hey, this is bad news, man.
GPS signal lost.
Whew. Okay. I basically got pwned in the sewers. Now we're just looking for... Okay, sweet. We got the rune. I would have forgot it totally. Woo! Alright, so we should be close to the end if we're getting this... Where are we? Yes. Okay, let's press on. Looks like we're still going to get both doors. We got the 60. Alright, good stuff. We got the rune, we got the 60, we got the 8 minutes. Hell yeah. It wasn't the cleanest, but it will do. I used to rely heavily on infantry grenade. I thought it was the best thing in the world. At your own discretion. I'm going to upgrade just because generally weapons later on are more upgraded. Let's see. All right, let's get the second health flask. And random melee weapon. I'm not going to do the bank because that takes a long time compared to ramparts, typically. All right. That's right, baby. $36 minutes. I think we can do this. Okay, so now because I did not get the rune before, look at that. It's like 6 seeds or 6 cells. It's not a lot, but I don't know. It's an extra 5 cells. Why wouldn't you take it? And also it saves you the time of picking up that rune. What? Alright, I made the cardinal mistake of going into the ramparts, going down without unlocking a teleporter on the surface first. That can be huge. Pass. We got the teleportation rune now. What good it does, I'm not sure. There's probably something up there that I could have got. But I didn't get it. Alright. Swift sword? I really don't know. I'm just gonna not take it because I don't want to mess with my flow. There's no teleporter down here. Should have known when I saw this one right here that I should stop. Seconds wasted. Acrobatic pack. You want them to drop acrobatic pack as soon as possible. Normally, oh, okay, I'm not going to get that guy then. If it comes down to 59, I'll be upset, but it's not gonna. Okay, we got the 60. Let's see, where's our exit? I'm gonna go check for acrobatic pack just to be sure. Okay. That guy doesn't have it. Normally it doesn't drop that early, like I said. Normally drops on like 2 or 3 BC. But you never know. Okay. On to Concierge round 2. We're going to upgrade our... I don't really know what I'm doing. Just made a random choice there. I should have just drank that. Oh well. Yeah, so if you do Crusher and Frost Splash, you get this effect here. This flashing disco effect. Pretty cool. Good, good, good. Okay. I would go back for that stuff, but it's not necessary and it would cost 1 second of time, so I just won't. But you know what is necessary and costs time is shit. Let's see what we got over here. Okay. Boom. Look at this. Yeah, baby. All right, so now pretty much everything we pick up is going to be good. So that's good. It's at the next boss cell when you significantly start getting a lot more cells, so we can unlock new items then to work towards our acrobatic pack and higher health class. Ooh. Spite sword down there. Oh no. Shit. Okay, lost some time falling down and getting stuck on my stun animation. And we did not get the 60 on that one. It happens. Okay. We'll refill here. We're going to pick up Explorer's Rune and we're going to leave. I'm really toying with the idea of not going into Ossuary for the Ram Rune. I think you can beat everything without Ram Rune. Oh, shoot. So I'm really tempted to try a 0 Ram Rune. I'm not going to take that. It's not worth it for a very long run such as this to just go ahead and lose it. Even if you're really good at under curses, you know, the chance is still there. You're not going to make it. And I don't want to throw away the last, let's see, 45 minutes and however many seconds on a curse that I don't need. The guy's going to follow me. Alright, I don't know which way to go. Gary Sepulcher, man. Oh, I took a hit in there somewhere, it looks like. That's a bummer. Thought I had it. That's okay. I'm doing really good so far, so I don't think I'll have a problem having enough cells later to unlock Acrobati Pack and all the other stuff we want to unlock. If you have a good start, then you don't really need a great middle. Shit. This is so bad. Yeah, if you have a great start, you don't have to have a great middle. But you do have to have a great finish no matter what. You need a great start or a great middle plus a great finish. Not yet. We're going to get our Explorer rune. I don't really know if we need it, but we're going to get it. I think we are going to try the to do this without the Ram rune. Which would mean going to Conjunctivius from Ramparts on 3 BC. That's not such a big deal. Okay. I really have to pee. This is a mistake. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get through this session without a pee break, which will add another few minutes. I think the pre-break will have to be right before 2 BC. I can't really hold it. Got my legendary Nutcracker. We're not going to bring it. We would definitely bring it if we had... There we go. We would definitely bring it if we had... what's it called? Oh no, we're not doing that. Okay. I'm going to have to just go pee. Okay, I did my PP. I think that was 3 minutes or something. Bend this way. Okay, going up. Nothing that way. Oh gosh, double nothing. Ouch. Okay, we got the blue one. What the heck? Where am I meant to go? Oh no. Freaking balls. Kind of good for them if they drop the owl blueprint. Owl's pretty helpful to get. I would consider taking it if I... Alright, come on, man. Alright, sure. We'll go to the red one now, too. This is it! Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so angry right now. Okay, and the journey ends here for us doing this challenge today. In the meantime, we are more than happy to continue discussing the topics we were doing last time. In case you're not ready for the hard pivot away from dead cells onto some heavy stuff, we are ready to begin the transmission in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is sort of where we were at last time, and we were discussing the kinds of consciousness and what could be the difference between them. And a theory that I have, essentially the theory is that, let's see, we're going to have to get some props out for this one. What we have up there is our notes. It's not exactly representation of our balls. Just kidding. I don't know what to say, so I said our balls. All right, so here we go. Let's take this, for instance. All right, this is perfect. Let's say this is a brain. All right. And, this is kind of challenging because we're going to need two kinds of brains. All right, I think I can handle this. Let's say that this is a kind of brain and this is a kind of brain. Okay. And we also have something called as the environment. What's a good graphical representation for environment? Let me just check here. Oh, no. You know, we're bound to just have environmental stuff here. I know. As if for 1 second, I thought maybe there was a chance that I wouldn't know. This is called our DD, and what it stands for is not designated driver, but Doku driving footage. So here you go. This is just a collection of random adventure time footage. And I'd like to start by just screen, but then after to screen, we're gonna. Okay, so this is called as the environment. And here is a brain, and here is a brain. Between the two kinds of consciousness. The normal kind goes to everything. Dogs, insects, trees, maybe the sun. Everything that's alive has this consciousness. It knows it's alive. But the special kind of human consciousness, the self-aware type, comes from one thing: the spindle cells. Our kind of consciousness is the kind that comes from the two hemispheres talking. The interior monologue, voice in your head, human thing, is because the hemispheres are talking. That thing that makes us different than the other animals. We're conscious in the same way that they're conscious. But we have ideas driving. Okay, so that nonsense I was just saying was all about how, here, let's cover up this one.
Yeah, decide soon.
Just do like that. Okay, so that was showing that animals have spindle cells. Some animals have spindle cells. And those animals include, man, I really, okay,
First,
let's
let's
turn this
describe.
out. There we go. So let's check this out.
Okay, stop.
Stop.
Put that on loop. And honestly, we probably don't even need the top half of it. Probably just need this part. Okay. Let's take a look. This is the environment. Let's get rid of this one first. Okay. And your brain is going to interact with the environment. And it is going to have an experience known as consciousness, human consciousness. That's what this represents. The combination of you and the environment is going to create. Okay? And that is like you are
It looks better on the camera than it does in reality.
Just take. But that's not really what we want to go with. We want to go with, let's pretend that. back to what I was saying before. Let's start with this star. This star only has one color, okay? And we're going to say that this one color represents the fact that hold on, let's consult this. This is important now. Okay, we're talking about von Economo neurons / spindle cells. Pause. How do von Economo neurons contribute to the emergence of self-awareness and subjective? Could you please verify the theory? Can the presence of von Economo neurons in certain brain regions be linked to the development of complex consciousness? Well, complex consciousness is a term that we need to flesh out. The presence of brains in specific brain regions is indicative of complex consciousness, particularly in relation to central cognition, emotional processing, and perception. So they're saying that these vents, spindle cells, equal complex consciousness. And for the purpose of today's activities, we're going to say that complex consciousness includes recognizing yourself in the mirror. This is a whole other discussion, but it's what I find interesting is the amount of these cells. So here you go. Humans and great apes, elephants and cetaceans, being whales and dolphins, have significant amounts of von Economo neurons, which I'm not going to say they're responsible for, but there are a lot of them in the regions of the brain that are responsible for communicating with each other. So that's not necessarily means that they are responsible for the two hemispheres communicating, but it is an interesting thing to note that they are in those regions. Okay? So what you have with humans, great apes, elephants, and cetaceans is a lot of inter-hemisphere communication happening. And then when you have dogs and cats, it's less. Alright, so now all the pet lovers out there are screaming. That does not mean that dogs and cats are not they are interacting their brains for all intents and most purposes. It's basically a one hemisphere. Like there are two hemispheres. So there's not a lot of talking between the hemispheres. So they're essentially like a one hemisphere brain. We'll say. Whereas these ones are like a two hemisphere. That's why when we have our nodes here, hold on, let me get to that one. One is the one hemisphere. Let's do, okay. It's okay to make them. You know what? It's better to leave it this color. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, this is where it gets mind-blowing. Let's just say that, for instance, oh, there's one more thing before we go on. I wanted to point out that here, as far as the amounts go, it's also vastly different. This is for humans. Hey. Go back. Okay. This 82,000 is for humans. And I'm not sure, like, this is 82,000 parts per what, but whatever the diagnostic is, it's 82,000. Gorilla has 16,000, bonobo only 2,000, and chimpanzee had a mere 1808. Okay, so on this graph, even though it says like even though it says human, great ape, elephant, cetacean are significant, don't let that make you believe that in fact these are even close. Human is actually way, way, way up here. It's way more than these other ones. Okay, so that gives you even more of a clue. Somewhere in the margin between here and... I wonder how fast I could actually do this if I put my mind to it. Somewhere between here and where we really are is wearing clothes. So that kind of consciousness is when suddenly, you know, you decide, guess what, I'm naked and I should totally wear something. Hey, I don't want to use stacks. What the heck is going on? I hate using stacks. How do I get out of this? This is a terrible thing that happened. But we've recovered. We've recovered. Get bent. Photoshop. Whatever. We're gonna take. All right, perfect. And. Booyah. And forget that this red line is here. Pretend the red line doesn't. Oh, you know what? Moving the red line. Sorry, you don't know what I'm doing, but you're about to see in a minute. And then we are going to do this. Seconds, you'll see the final result. Not flawless, but it is a very good job of fixing this wrap. Don't use stacks, okay? I hate stacks. Do that. Humans have a lot. So above the red line is where you start to wear clothes. And pretend like the top of this does not have a white line. That doesn't make any sense. But, alright, let's go on the pointer. So, we're going to say that if spindle cells and the amount are measure of consciousness, which we're not saying that is, but I'm going to try to explain why I think it is, then humans have a lot. Apes, we can all agree that things that apes, like elephants, can take pictures. They remember stuff. They never forget, actually. These guys can sing songs and do names. You know, we all know that whales, they can play games and stuff. They have fun. Dolphins have fun. They have family. They have songs and all that junk. Great apes speak sign language. We all know what stories. So these are like our closest brothers on the planet. Sisters, and they are all still way down by the trees. Cells. Way up here.
Please don't blast.
Somewhere up in here is internet, clothes, cars, fire, all that stuff. Okay? Alright, why am I bringing this up? Because I want to explain what's the difference between this kind of life and this kind of life. And that is why we are looking at this particular what's the word for it again? This particular exercise. All right, I'm an idiot. So this is like a dog or a cat. Okay, they have no.
What do we do after we get on the highway?
Their experience of life and learning is essentially one hemisphere context and environment. See, we have environment here, and they have did that environment. All right, I can't make it into a circle, so it's whatever. But anyway, maybe I can make it into a circle. Transform. I don't know. Reset transformation. This is life happening. And the dog is interacting with like, hey. Oh, that wasn't accurate. What is going on? Things just got frustrating. Okay, it matters not. Let me throw this up on the screen too. All right, now this is the important part. This shows the, in effect, specifically, it's not the fact that there's two hemispheres that makes it significant, it's that the two hemispheres are talking to each other. So, you know, I'm going to postulate that, hold on, I cannot let this stand. I need to put an environment. Perfect. Okay. All right, that looks nice. What? Okie dokie. So this is what I would consider to be as the dog. If you don't have many spindle cells where your hemispheres are talking, then you are a signal and receiver style consciousness, okay? Signal receiver, SR. This is dogs, cats, animals of all kinds, signal receiver consciousness here. Only two things interacting, environment and brain. Now, this allows for all kinds of stuff. Muscle memory and emotional life, awareness, all that. But they live, the more of this that you are, the more that you live completely ensconced in the present moment. This is your Garden of Eden state, you know, paradise, where even if you're a praying mantis getting eaten by like a ferret, you love the ferret because you're totally in the moment, and like when you start to get munched alive, you have some kind of spiritual experience that you can't put into words because you don't have words, because you only live in this, the signal receiver existence. Okay? And that truly is like a great place to be. Now, here's another environment. More human-like. Before we get there, let's first explain how this particular kind of brain, which is like our image, has a one hemisphere, two hemispheres, and there's logic, and in fact, like brains have it. Now this is the important part. Consciousness has its own some kind of awareness that is one both signalers and receivers in this case. But now you also have the environment. So not only are human brains talking to each other, but they are also interacting with the environment, and there you get the three-dimensional. You can think about time, you're aware of the past, you're aware of the future, you can do language, all that junk. The more pronounced your three-dimensional awareness, for instance, like, dolphins who have like a tiny amount of interhemispherical communication compared to us. They can do singing, they can enjoy their life, they can recognize themselves in the mirror, but like a human who's got all this intersphere has like a much different experience. So that is how we're getting to this kinds of consciousness this way.
Juice yang bumera.
Which I think if you put like,
Mangga juice.
I guess that topic is done. I pretty much said what I wanted to say. Dogs and cats live in a signal receiver existence, and anything with the, you could say, fortune or misfortune of having a ton of communication between the hemispheres gets this dimensional experience. That's why when people say time is an illusion and something like that, it is an illusion related to the perspective happening in that way. We want to put a better background here. Alright, so on one hand, we have singularly experiencing consciousness. Don't know why that. Oh, there we go. And
You wanna stop?
monster fights is definitely part of it. There's not part of it. Alright, there we go. So, human consciousness and dog and cat. Hey! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell and something like that. Here we go. Once and dog and cat consciousness and human experience of consciousness. And it's all because of the spindle cells, which are seen in the corpus callosum, which is responsible. They're not only there, but they're primarily in the corpus callosum, which is responsible for, communicating between the hemispheres. Okay, let me just record this for a second. I think we could adjust this to be a bit more, what's it called? Nicer. I would also like to get things are going. Sorry. Okay. We've got our... Oh, let me turn off the pointer. Human consciousness. And dog and cat consciousness. That will be enough of a reminder where if I want to keep talking about this later, I'll be able to. Okay, fantastic. Well, that was kind of a trip. And now we are moving on to another topic. What is this one? Oh, this is our whiteboard. Okay. It's not just we do our Big Bang. Ours is just our neighborhood. It's just our neighborhood in the infinite cosmos. And that explains why suddenly the James Webb Telescope is catching sight after all this time of an object once thought a complete mystery, your mom's 14. Because this is actually, okay, this is only a theory, by the way. But, you know, they're confused about why there's some old stuff on the edge outside of the galaxy or the universe. It's because maybe it's not old. Maybe it is old. Maybe it's super formed and everything. Okay, basically it's like they can't understand how galaxies there wouldn't have been time for them to form, right? And that's perfectly illustrates our point. There was plenty of time if they formed in another Big Bang, and now we're just catching sight of them because, like, you know, two potted plants thrown off the back of a truck, the debris is mixing together. We're not seeing, what we're seeing in this picture is not, in fact, a galaxy from our Big Bang. It's something else coming in from a different Big Bang. Or it just goes on forever and the Big Bang is totally wrong. Just a theory, but now that I got that out of the way, but why is that important? Because if you imagine that one Big Bang goes off over here, and then guess what? Millions of years before that, another Big Bang already went off over there. And guess what? Another one went off way before that. And millions and infinite Big Bangs have been going off in this other space for millions of times. Then what you kind of have is the multiverse being redefined again as a universe. And we can see that in this new perspective, we're actually in an infinite void, and time is starting and stopping in these bubbles of matter that starts moving. Once something starts moving, you can measure time because you have a relativity to the other things around you that are moving. But if nothing's moving and you're in the vacuum of space, there's nothing to reference. There's no time. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? So just like we... Okay. On reviewing that one, we're going to say that it's basically flawless. We can't complain. So that one's done, but I guess maybe we could, like, switch this up and go back to... Oh, you know what? I think we can switch. It's not just our big... Oh, that. So this is about, like, the James Webb Telescope is seeing stuff that's, quote, too old on the edge of the universe. And that means if it's too old, that means that, like, maybe it came from another universe and we have a Marvel-style incursions happening. And that's why I would like to suggest that perhaps, you know, in the... Let's get back to our star. Okay. Let's go to Big Bang Theory. Here is the Big Bang. And it's like, bam! And it's getting bigger and bigger. Okay, and then we see this thing. Which should not be as big as it is. And this might very well be the first galaxy that we are catching sight of from another Big Bang. If it's too old and it shouldn't exist out there, then that says to me that, like, maybe there was another Big Bang And so it's, see, intersecting right there. And so what we're seeing is this. The reason why it's too old, in quotes, is because you didn't expect there to be something else happening. And like the importance of this exercise is just to show that you can forget yourself as far as what is the, okay, let's pretend like we all believe the Big Bang was the beginning of time. Here it is. There's nothing in the universe. Suddenly, including your mom's, suddenly, okay, there's nothing in the universe. Boom! A Big Bang is coming. And we're measuring everything inside of it. That's great. But like, what if in some other part of the galaxy, it's like, while this one is getting big, this one is also, boom, happening over here. And then what happens? That one's happening, that one's happening. And suddenly, they's happening together, getting bigger and bigger. So they're growing, and then another Big Bang is happening over here, and it's growing. And suddenly you see the whole point that in a universe where like multiple Big Bangs can happen and then overlap on each other, now this tile floor with the green light and the fan blowing on it, this represents the universe. And it's helps to readjust our mindset to see that if this Big Bang is going off and this Big Bang is going off, then the actual green room that we live in is infinite, and it's a very easy way to visualize that. Okay, so we did consciousness, we did the Big Bang, we did your mom's. And it looks like the only topic left today is, oh, you know what? Let's just take another look at this calendar that we did. All right, here's the calendar as we know it. And that's why I bring this up, because this space that we're living in with multiple Big Bangs is similar to this space here, where you see, you know, the Jewish clock says it's the year 5785, Chinese says 47, Buddhist, and all these different years are being practiced by all these different people. So if you live in the space where you're looking at all these numbers, then you realize that none of them matter. It's all just random reference points. And that there is no time. So that's how we can also visualize this Big Bang illustration. If for us, time started because the most like proximal things to us that we could judge our relativity on started with our Big Bang, which is maybe this one. But if there are other ones happening way earlier and way later, then we get a picture for a universe where it truly is infinite. And that's why when you get this overlap, it could be a chance. It just could be that the thing that's causing that is your mom's. All right. That segment is done. And now I think we can move into the final segment for the day, which is, oh yeah, we already did this. This is not, we are not watching Mei-Banfa Chronicles right now. We were talking about Doku, which is a token of mundane temporality made precious by the passage of time. It is the dramaless persistence of normal life, presented much more cinematically than you might expect. Let's see, let me give you an example. So here's like a trip to the dump, but it's presented cinematically.
Si vous étiez mon fils, je te donne un coup de pied dans le dos parce que vous êtes si ugly.
Ugly.
Et
Ugly.
méfiant.
Ugly.
Ugly et ugly.
So that's sort of what you get. Stuff like that. Hold on. There is a second half to this video where it explains more. Oh. Life is a matter of a miracle that is collected over time by moments flabbergasted to be in each other's presence. We will certainly talk more about this later as we get into what is Doku and why is it important. But for now, I think the best thing we can do is just like double check that we can access that at any time. Let's pretend we just have like a random background up here. Okay, this one. All right, so what I want to be able to do is call on that wordage at any time. How do I do that? Can I just type in, we want to have the logo, quick draw logo, okay, with the color. And put it there. And we want to draw on the what is Doku. Okay, boom. Oh, you know what? We got everything we need right there, including the logo. All right, well, that solves that. Brought to you by the Dollar P. I think we've got enough like little blurbs to remind us of what we were talking about next time. When we ask ourselves the age-old question, the most important question that we can ask ourselves in this day and age, do I still agree with what I said the other day? Okay, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for listening to my theories on consciousness. I will have like a more fleshed out video for those later. Remember, they are just the ideas. You can like it, but you don't have to subscribe. I'm going to the beach for a week. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Oh, and one more thing, please. I just put a new very sweet Dead Cells video on the channel, so if you want to watch that, that would be amazing. I might try again for a... Hey, how can I get my thanks for watching thing to move? There we go. I might try again later on the Dead Cells challenge, but if not, I'll see you in a week when I get back from the beach. Peace.